You ready? Here's a quick recap. This is your 5-minute a day mindset hack so that you can become resilient to the curveballs of life. It is a mantra. It is an affirmation. What is an affirmation? It is a way for us to program in a new belief into our subconscious mind. Now, our subconscious mind exists, apart from our thinking brain. It exists in our subconscious, in our brain, and also in our nervous system. And so in order for us to effectively program a new belief into our subconscious, there's some specific things that we need to do. And it's a 5-minute hack, 5 minutes a day, but there are no shortcuts to this, right? So to wire in that new belief, we need to keep the words of our affirmations simple and present tense. We need to make sure our subconscious is paying attention. That means that we need to have the bridge between our thinking mind and our subconscious open, which means we need to be in a mental state called the alpha state of consciousness. That's when the communication lines are open. And while there's a number of ways that we can get into that state, the easiest one is knowing that you're in that state naturally a couple of times a day. The best time, the first 10 minutes after you wake up. Your next best time, just before you go to sleep at night. Literally just as you're preparing for and going to sleep at night. So my recommendation, within 10 minutes of waking up, that's when you do the affirmation of whatever belief you want to program in. I've got a specific mantra for you now that will help you to be super resilient to the curveballs of life and be the kind of person who makes all obstacles into opportunities, all right? And turns them into that creative space. So, for affirmations, what does that mean in practice? It means in the first 10 minutes after waking up, you ideally get up, go and look yourself in the eye in the mirror and say out loud the affirmation. And repetition is key to wire a new belief in. So I'm talking about saying it repeatedly for around 5 minutes, or aim for 50 times each day. Repetition is what wires a new belief into our brain, right? We're creating neural circuits, connections, synaptic connections, as neuroscientists say. And the other thing, this is where most people trip up. If you find that affirmations haven't been working for me, it's probably because we're missing this super secret glue that makes it stick, which is the emotion. As you're doing the affirmation, tap into the emotion. As the kind of person for whom this is true, how do I feel, right? If I'm the kind of person who feels that obstacles are opportunities and nothing can knock me off course, how would that feel? For me, it's exciting. It's empowering. It helps me tap into creativity. It helps me feel empowered by the unknown. It helps me feel calm and stress-free, which is a nice way to live, right? That's the emotions that I tap into. Think about what it would feel like for you and actually go to those emotions as you're doing your affirmation, because that's the juice that makes them stick. All right. And again, repetition. For it to stick, every day, same time, ideally in the same place, and continuously for a while, like at least 30 days, and see what happens. So this does require commitment, but then being the kind of person who is an intentional creator of your life, that requires a bit of commitment. That's why most people don't do it. Right. So that's the recap. So what's next? Well, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. So the next thing is for you to make the choice. Oh, by the way, in my recap, I forgot to mention the specific mantra we're talking about is I am the kind of person who max flexes, interprets, adapts, and overcomes. Max flex, interpret, adapt, overcome. Max flex, interpret, adapt, overcome. That's it with a bit of repetition. All right, so I hope that served you. Now, I know I covered a lot, so as always, I have show notes available. If you would like a copy of the show notes, write notes in the comments. I will get you access to that. What is next for you? Make the choice. Do I like the sound of this? Do I choose to become the kind of person who max flexes, interprets, adapts, overcomes? Then your next step, start. make the commitment and start. When you wake up in the morning, do your affirmations. Do it the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and just notice how you feel, and let me know how it goes for you. I would love to hear how that goes for you.